quiet of a weekend once you launch Ethan. And I get it. Not his fault, just his reality. The screaming, the screaming, the screaming in the morning. And then we basically, I'll just say I won't speak for Sue. I just let the Xbox thing happen because it's a halibut easier than dealing with the fallout. But what's the fallout going to be for Charlie? He starts his day by getting up, taking 10 to 30 seconds to take his pill and gulp the food down, or take it mainly downstairs with him. And then he is engaged, fully and totally and always engaged in whatever he's playing on the Xbox with his friends. So it's certainly social and equally antisocial, because they are fighting, conquering, killing, taking. I don't even know what's the virtue of the game. What is the virtue? There is no good in the game, is there? I don't know. But there are people who make a living out of this, Ninja and others. Then there are also people who lose their shit completely and murder somebody who beat them in a tournament. All of this read in the October issue of the ESPN magazine. Check it out for yourself. But usually my decisions about my day are spent deciding how much I want to be here, listening to the scream. See what I'm saying? That's quiet. It'll get louder. And so it's not that I'm a prisoner. By no means. I'm not a prisoner. I have, we've been given many things. We have a home, albeit one that feels like it falls apart a lot. Like physically broken things, doors, handles. But there are people who don't even have a home. I read these essays at work and I think, wow, there are people who are really overcoming a lot of things, plus taking classes and going to college while they're working and dealing with their crazy family life. So all I do is go to work and come home and then work some more on the weekends. But actually, I don't like my office. It's not like mine. I haven't made my mark on it. It's just this place I sit and do work amidst somebody else's stuff. But it feels like all I'll do is sit here in this house and feel stressed about the noise. Then I have to bear witness to the conflicts over the Xbox. Be like the referee, but the referee nobody wants because I have no authority in the game. So I'm like an experienced referee who has no jurisdiction. And the players just fight among themselves in the same way they do fight in the very games they play. And whoever steals the control first, steals the space first, wins. So at 10:30 on a Saturday, when I'm trying to decide how I'm going to plan the day, work is really where I'm going to go. I have control of that environment. It is silent. I do need to get work done. It feels like I'm close to getting caught up, and I should, because the next wave comes. I'm sure by no means I'm caught up. I'm just putting off things that I should have done. And that is my decision process. Have some coffee. Wash my face, brush my teeth, throw on some pants, go to work. I probably will go to work in this. Maybe I can't because I might go straight to the party. And this is my sleep shirt. John's birthday party is tonight. Is it selfish to want to have your environment shaped the way you need it? I would really like to start, like the ground zero, which is why a tiny house is appealing to me. Literally, staying at the tiny house was awesome. I really want to build or buy one. I can't build it myself, but I want to plan and build a tiny house. Where I would put it, if I could, so that it would also generate income, I would build one and place it at Tiny Estates. People would stay in it, and it would generate some money, I assume. I have no idea how that works. I'll find out. And then I could stay in it, or Sue could stay in it. Whenever we wanted, or however that works as well. So the advantage of that is it's near my work. So it's an interesting proposition. I would own it, but I wouldn't have to figure out where to put it in our backyard, which equally is awkward. I mean, certainly having one in the backyard seems bizarre, but we would be the only ones using it then, so I couldn't really justify the cost. But if other people are using it and we make money out of that transaction over time, then that would help pay for the costs and maintenance of the tiny house. It's kind of like when I did that day, it was like, I really need to do this and I probably shouldn't spend the money, but I'm doing it. But it was a really good decision. And it's hard as an individual in a family to make decisions that have financial consequences when you feel like that decision is really only benefiting you. I want to do that. My life isn't bad, but I do feel like I really need some things. An environment that I can't make happen here. I can't keep up with everything that happens in a house used by 6 people and a bird and a cat. It's exhausting. So, ironically, I feel like our house has become what I wondered how my dad's house became, or Sue's great-grand, when we had to help clean her house once. It's like, how does it get like this? Well, it gets like this over years of, being outdone by your own schedule or your own routine to the point that you're too tired to maintain it. Because I really do think probably keeping a house clean in a pristine way, in a decent way, is a pretty time-consuming proposition. And it's one that we've just, it's fine. Like, I don't care. But there's parts that when I'm feeling like that's gross, it is gross. Or when Olivia has cleaned the shower curtain and bath herself, hell, a frickin' Luya. Maybe we just need to let everything get really bad. And yet I will have to give her some tools so she doesn't use things like my toothbrush to clean things. I don't know how she's using what she does to clean. Better not to know. That's my story. And that's all I have to say. Timestamp. I don't know which day it is. September 22nd, 2018. This mug I got at A Cup. It's my favorite, yet it's broken. And coffee is probably the last thing I need to do every day, but it's what I do. I like it, even if my stomach doesn't like it. All right. That's my version of my blog for the day. I don't even know if I'll do anything with these. I should. But there's no shoulding. 10 minutes. I can talk. I really can. I'm a talker. Signing off. Let's see if there's any more big scream for the big grand finale. Where's that boy? Oh, it's so tiny. When he was a baby, he cried and said, "Help me, Mama." And he ran outside and played all the time, day after day, with his stuff at the beach hours, pushing and pushing and pushing a dump truck. How do you keep the outside in the child? You make them go out. I've read all the articles. I know it. Like, get them the fuck out of the house and tell them to stop. Get rid of the things that keep them connected, plugged in. It's not a connection. That keep them attached. Cut the cord. You know what I mean? I would like to, but nobody believes I would. But what's the purpose of an Xbox? It's their social life. It's their fun. So if I take it away, guess what happens to me? That shit runs downhill, and my life is no longer. It's just going to be even worse. I don't know, is the Xbox the cause of chaos, or does it make peace because it puts them in a place where they're kind of in a coma for a while? A loud coma, but a coma nonetheless. They must be not screaming right now, so I don't know what that means. They must be sneaking up. I don't know. All right, goodbye. I've spent now almost 12 minutes, and I'm going to say goodbye.